welcome back to the Deucecast Extra. We are here for the Mandalorian Season 3. No, I'm just kidding. Not Mandalorian Season 3.
Time warp.
No, we are here for, of course, Wandavision, which we are super excited about talking about Wandavision because
Wandavision.
it is so crazy. Hello to you two, Roth in Wyoming. I hope you I hope you are somehow staying warm. I don't know how you possibly could be, but I hope somehow you're staying warm.
It's Bobby Frick running Jacob's.
Hey. So, as always, I am Mikey Rambo, and joined by Sword Agent Ryfin. Hello, how are you doing, Sword Agent Ryfin?
Hey, great to be on, Mikey.
All right, and for the children, Dr. Earl.
It's for the children.
For the children. For the children.
That
got creepy. That got creepy at some point.
Yeah.
For the children. But yeah, and unfortunately they don't name the episodes, so it's a little bit different than the Mandalorian. It's just episode 1 and 2.
You're right. Yeah. The problem is, Mando comes up with a title card. And so all we rely on is the outsides of the episodes, which just say episode 1 and 2, which is the same thing the Mando episodes say at first.
Yeah.
But now they have titles, I'm sure.
Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, I didn't expect that these would all have episode titles, and so that actually makes it easier. It makes it a shorter title for us to have to deal with. But they're all, I think, directed by the showrunner Matt Shankman. Is that the guy's name?
Shankman or
Shackman?
I didn't write down his name, but yeah, it's all directed by the same guy.
Yeah, so I like that. If you look him up, he has done a ton of TV, which is good for this type of show. I mean, specifically this type of show, especially with the sitcom vibe.
Yes.
So yeah, it's good. I like the uniformity of one director throughout, and I think most of the Marvel shows are doing that, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of looked ahead at Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it looked like it was one director. So it's a little bit, different than a lot of TV shows that'll have, multiple directors.
You saw that Matt Shackman or whatever, he consulted with Dick Van Dyke for this show.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat.
Did he really?
That's a great person to pull in. And
dude, I think they literally had a studio audience for some of the.
They did.
I think so. Yeah.
They did.
For the first one.
Yeah, and a lot of the shooting was pre-pandemic, so
it was. Yeah. In fact, I read an interview that Paul Bettany was kind of hesitant to do something in front of a live studio. He'd never done anything like that in his career,
really?
And so he was kind of just
a British theater actor.
Apparently, I don't know. I mean, I guess just
maybe not TV like that.
In this manner, he said it was a little different. I mean, so I thought that was cool. Oh, Aussie Nate's even able to join us tonight. What's up, Aussie Nate? He must still be celebrating the off day somehow. You've got to work tomorrow, though, Aussie Nate. Sorry to break it to you. You got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Paul Bettany's fantastic in this show, by the way.
Bettany, yeah.
Oh, dude, I think both of them are just doing great.
Yeah,
they are. Movies. I mean,
Elizabeth facial expressions.
And I got more. I'll say this: I got more out of it the second viewing than I did the. I was able to really hone in on, like you were saying, like the mannerisms and just how they're both just selling. And Catherine Hahn is fantastic in this show. I mean,
yes.
Whoever her.
It's a gas. The way she's talking is great. It's got that.
I am not putting what Rhett set up. This is.
Please don't. Don't put that.
That is inappropriate.
That would not be.
We are talking about a TV PG show here, so we're gonna keep this TV PG.
So how do we want to do this? Do we want to talk one episode and then go to the next, or just
let's talk the first? Well. That's a good point. I mean, because they're kind of in the same era of television, and I think that's how this series is going to be working. We're going to get, like, as the series progresses, it's going to progress by decade as well. And so these are both kind of set in the 50s, maybe early 60s.
I thought one was 50s, maybe one was more 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain was like Dick Van Dyke and then Bewitched.
Bewitched, exactly.
That's exactly how I felt too. And
Which
a little bit of, I think there was a little bit of I Love Lucy in the first episode as well.
There is.
An amalgamation of a lot of this stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
definitely.
sure.
So yeah, we can loop them both together. I mean, one of the things, and I've read a ton of articles about what's going on. Fetmatic, I thought Fetmatic was only a Star Wars guy. What's up, Fetmatic? Nice to see you.
Stepping in for some Wandavision.
I like it. So there's two running theories apparently, and I'm not well versed enough in the Marvel universe as far as the comics are concerned to know which way they're going to go with this or what the story that they're going to be telling in and around this. But the two different theories that I saw people kind of writing about is that Wanda has put herself in this alternate reality.
Yes, I've heard that theory.
To maybe more keep from having to think about Vision or just being sad about Vision or whatever. The other theory I saw is that someone or some organization has put her in this alternate reality. Yeah, this dream world because of something that she did, which the radio voice that we hear now.
Come on, you know who that is.
Well, it's David W. Collins, but as far as the voice actor, David W. Collins?
No, it's Randall Park, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was David W. Collins.
That's Randall Park all day.
Because he said he did some stuff for this.
Now that's Jimmy Woo from Ant-Man and the Wasp all day.
So if you look at the title card before you click into the show, there's a TV turned sideways, and it's got, I think it's Monica Rambeau or that character.
Yeah.
But then Randall Park is there, and I think the what's the girl from Thor?
Kat Dennings.
Kat Denning is there. I was like, wait a minute, what is that about?
Yeah, Darcy's in this show. Darcy's
in the show as well. Okay.
Oh, so Roth has.
Jacob, I think she's watching the TV. Yes, at the end of the first episode. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting.
I guess Randall Park then, or that character, he must be working for Sword.
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe the FBI's involved. I don't know. That's who he was working for Ant-Man.
That's right. He was an FBI agent. Yeah. That's interesting. For some reason, and it's probably because I saw David W. Collins tweet about this, but he was like, "Oh, I got to work on my first Marvel stuff and did some voice work for WandaVision." So as soon as he said that, I thought that that's who was on the radio. I didn't think that was Randall Park. That's interesting. That brings an interesting dynamic because he said in that radio message, "What have you done?" or what?
Yeah, who's doing this to you? Yeah,
who's doing this to you?
Who's doing this to you?
Yep.
Good grief.
Rhett, good thing we didn't give him the stream link.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't give Rhett the link this week. Oh gosh. Oh, hey, what's up, Melissa? Good to see you.
Melissa.
I hope you watched. Oh, she didn't get to watch it. Okay. There
might be some spoilers here.
They're only like 30 minutes long. You can catch up at some point.
How do we apply to be media? Because they got 3 episodes.
I know, right?
And apparently, so I watched the John Campea breakdown. Apparently, there's a lot of big reveals in the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
So there is more to come. Because I don't feel like, one of the things I was a little bit concerned with these 2 episodes is that the slowness of it, not the slowness of it, but the total buy-in to these.
Well, the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's authentic. But
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a casual watcher, I might be like, if I didn't know who Wanda and Vision were, I might be like, what is this? What is this about?
Yeah. My whole thought on this show, especially like the last couple of days, is like, how are foreign audiences reacting to this? Because they don't have as much of a connection to I Love Lucy and Bewitched.
Oh, I don't know.
American sitcoms. Well, Europe might, but how does China and India taking this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I mean, that maybe they were willing to make this risk because they know in the end, it's going to be a great season of television. So maybe they're just not worried about these first 2 episodes, and maybe that's why they released them in this manner. I mean,
think the best decision was releasing 2 episodes.
Yes,
in the first week, because the first episode doesn't give you enough, and at the end of the second episode, you get that no moment, and that makes you go, "Oh, okay."
I mean, there's Easter eggs throughout both of these episodes. Obviously we get the sword symbol on a couple different things.
A helicopter.
We see the Hydra symbol at some point.
The Strucker watch.
The Strucker watch with the Hydra
Baron
symbol.
von Strucker.
Yeah. And then, the Stark Industries, kind of Easter egg there or whatever.
Stark toaster that starts beeping, and then it turns into a red light in a black and white show, and then it starts beeping ominously.
Yep.
There's been a lot of theories about, Wanda's family was blown up with the Stark weapon or whatever, and that may be some sort of manifestation of that, blah, blah, blah.
And I've heard some people say that one of the things she watched in Sokovia as a child to escape were these like 60s TV shows. Like that was in reruns in Sokovia. Somebody made this.
That would make sense.
That's why all of a sudden she's like gone into this state where that's her happy place.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess the big question to me, somebody said, well, is Vision really alive? It's just a figment of her imagination. Why would he have his own scenes?
Yeah. Well, not only that, he has his own scenes where he's questioning everything.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's a big indicator to me that he's alive in some way.
I mean, he's a robot, synthroid. As a synthroid, actually, is what they call him in the comic books. He's like part machine, part human. And so they could rebuild him. They could retool him. Somebody could. Maybe Sword did. I don't know.
Yeah, they might have.
Yeah, they very well could have. I mean, all will be revealed as we go. Like, there's really not.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, there's really not too much revealed in these first 2 episodes, other than we know something nefarious is going on. The reason I feel like she is not doing this to herself, though, is because somebody's watching on the TV. That kind of indicated to me that
they're saying, who's doing this to you?
Yeah,
who's doing this to you? So it kind of indicates to me that somebody is doing this to her. I had thought that perhaps Sword actually did this to her because of something that she did. Maybe I don't know.
Jacob has an interesting point
here. What did Jacob say? I missed it.
Well, he just said, "Is he some sort of manifestation of the Soul Stone?" I don't know. That's a good thought.
That is interesting. And then he was like, I'm not giving Rhett any time on this.
It's great. This is an okay one.
Oh no.
No, show it, Michael.
It's funny. Yeah.
Tonight on TV Sokovia.
Yeah. That's good.
Welcome back, guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and really this is the first time that Sokovia is mentioned much in the MCU after all the events of Age of Ultron. I mean, they kind of she kind of just moves on with her life and doesn't mention Sokovia much anymore. And it's mentioned obviously in a funny way in this because she comes out in the nightgown and the Fred Melman's like, what the heck's going on here? And I love that
classic sort of misunderstanding.
I love that actor, by the way.
Yeah.
He is a great character actor. He's been in so much really good stuff. And then of course the wife from that 70s show.
Yeah, Deborah Rupp.
Oh, maybe am I wrong about maybe. I don't know. I've only watched the MCU movies like once. I don't know all the ins and outs of them. I've literally never done a rewatch of any of the MCU movies. I'm like one and done on most of them. I've watched bits and pieces, but
so there's a House of M, I guess, that's sort of a popular story with them. And to be honest, I'm not super familiar with it, but I think she creates her own reality or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what the House of M is, and that's why I was hoping David was going to be able to join because he's read through all of the House of M stuff, and
he knows that a little bit better than I do.
He's way more familiar with all of that, but House of M, I thought there was mutants involved in the House.
Well,
of
I think
M.
she said that she decided there'd be no more mutants or something.
She decided she would take out I've never read it, but from what I understand, she decided she would take out a certain percentage of them, or bring them down to a much smaller amount.
So I can't.
Comics
I don't
had
think,
way too many mutants.
yeah, I don't think that, since we haven't really introduced mutants yet into the MCU, I don't know if they're really doing that storyline just yet.
I will say that there were a lot of rumors that a certain person was filming scenes in this show. I'm gonna have to go vague because I don't want to say the name.
Well, I mean, the only person that I can think of that would have been filming scenes would have been like Hugh Jackman, but
no.
Oh, it wasn't him.
Well, I think Samuel Jackson. For some reason, I have a feeling Samuel L. Jackson will show up, because it wasn't he connected to Sword at the end of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that.
I think that was him building Sword, essentially, kind of.
Yeah. Which stands for, I just found it.
Yeah, the MCU definition.
They changed it a little bit.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it still Sentient World Observation Response?
They changed it to weapon. For the MCU, it's changed to sentient weapon. It's not world anymore.
Ooh.
So they tweaked it a little bit for the MCU for obviously some very specific reason they're doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the deal with that, Roth. They never actually called him Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
Not only that, but which one, Roth?
Oh. Oh no, yeah, I've heard that he's going to be that Evan Peters is rumored.
Well, I didn't say that, but
can we say that?
No,
I've
heard that.
They're kicking Aaron Taylor Johnson to the.
Well, we don't know if he's going to be Quicksilver. We don't know what he's going to be as he shows up. I mean,
yeah. Some even I knew this. It was end of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm at the wrong. Oh, thank you, Jacob, for always correcting me.
Yeah, I'd be down for both Aaron Taylor Johnson and Evan Peters, but I've heard that Evan Peters shot scenes for this show.
Really?
Internet rumors, but yeah.
I like Evan. You know what's funny is those two dudes are really good friends. Aaron Taylor Johnson and Evan Peters are like really good friends in real life, and they both ended up playing Quicksilver. And I totally agree with Aussie Nate. I mean, even I'll say this in defense of Aaron Taylor Johnson, we didn't see him much.
So there's a couple things. Yeah. There's a couple things here, though. If they do go the Evan Peters Quicksilver route, obviously this leads into Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2, as they've mentioned a million times.
Yeah.
That would get into the multiverse right there.
Sure.
If they go with an Evan Peters plays a completely different character route, that doesn't go into the multiverse element to me.
So have y'all, and y'all might not even know these characters, but there's a character called Agatha Harkness, who apparently is some kind of witch, and apparently maybe Agnes with her brooch is the same as the character. She's got this brooch that she wears. And so there's a rumor. And again, this is getting into some Marvel lore. I know Barnett's
so stupid.
There's just chaos in the comments.
I should stop and read these comments before I.
So keep going with your thought though.
Well, no, but at the oh gosh, what's the actor? Catherine Hahn's.
Yeah.
Agnes.
That's what I heard too. Yeah,
she's possibly this Agatha Harkness.
Yeah,
and somehow she's connected to this character called Mephisto, which is kind of like the devil. And she said something about the rabbit being Scratch, which Old Scratch is the name for the devil. So I
also said,
look at all these connections.
She also said Devil's in the Details. That's not
Devil's in the Details. I thought about that. There's been some little drops.
Devil is or something. Yeah,
I heard that today. I heard that tonight, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, now what's going on here?
Okay,
yeah, they could introduce Mephisto. I don't know. That's she's Doc Ock. This isn't Sony cartoon verse.
Yeah,
she's Doc Ock.
Great movie though.
So anyway, we don't know what's going on.
No, but I like that because
we really don't.
but I do like that better. Like I like the theory more that somebody has done this to her. I don't like the theory that she's done this to herself because she's trying to, keep from having to mourn the death of Vision or whatever. Because I did not get any indication at the end of Endgame that she was in a huge amount of pain. I mean, she was standing there,
Well, she was in a lot. Yeah.
You know,
She was in
mourned
pain,
him.
dude. She saw her.
I know,
man.
but
She
I
killed
felt
him,
like
and then he was brought back
She had
in
to
front of
kill
her. Then he was brought back to life in front of her, and then he died again.
And his head was ripped out. His stone.
Stone was ripped out of his head.
she's fine, guys. Come on, she's just
Dude,
fine.
I literally got weepy at that part because that was like the only.
Yeah.
That was just a moment for me in Infinity War. But anyway,
So I
there's
like the Mephisto idea. I mean, that's a popular enough character that it would be cool to bring him in as the villain.
tell Aussie Nate she was at the funeral scene. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she was standing on the dock.
She was
or
talking
standing
to
on the
Jeremy
bank,
Renner. To Hawkeye.
talking to Hawkeye. I mean, so
Maybe they'll adapt to One More Day, the Spider-Man story.
One More Day. What's
Do you not know
that?
what that is? Okay, that's
No,
fine.
I don't know.
It's a terrible.
I haven't read any of the comics.
It's a terrible Spider-Man storyline with which has Mephisto in it, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's what my whole thing was. Kind of what Roth is saying here. That I mean, to me, she seemed like she was, of course, mourning the death, but that she was okay.
Yeah, don't show that, please don't.
He finally got his money.
He did. He finally got tips. He got money and drink tips.
You've never
Okay,
read
I can officially
Jacob,
say
here, let me tell you some comics to read. If
I've
you have
read
2
more.
hours.
I've read more Marvel comics than Roth. I'll say that.
I have too. I'm much more of a DC comic guy. But
yeah, I'm not. I will officially say and be honest that I am not a comic guy. I've for years tried to pretend I was a comic guy, but I'm not a comic guy. I'm a movie guy. I am reading the Star Wars High Republics, but I don't count them as real comics. I mean, they're not comics.
All right. So besides all the shenanigans over here, so there is something in the House of M that she's having twins.
Yes.
So I think they're trying to work. I think somebody has got to her in this world. They're trying to manipulate her to have these children.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they might be trying to take them from her.
Oh.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I agree that for the children thing feels like someone else is doing, not one.
Oh.
She's even confused by that. That's not a thing she's saying.
They're saying for the children. Then she turns up pregnant, and I think she wants that, and so
right.
She does have still some power herself.
I think this is almost her perfect life with Vision.
Yes.
That's what she's imagining, or at least in some capacity.
And
I mean, and there's certain like trigger moments throughout both episodes though, where she sort of snapped back into reality a little bit, like what's going on, where somebody kept, why are you here? Who are you? I mean, there's certain things people say to her. Monica Rambeau is totally confused as to how she got there.
Yep.
And
they call her a different name.
Well, it's Geraldine. And the one thing that I read that I found was interesting is that if you look at it, and I need to rewatch the episodes again to watch for this type of stuff specifically, is these characters that sort of are snapped back into the reality of the show are touched by Wanda first before they're snapped back into the reality of the show. So Monica Rambeau sitting there talking to Wanda, saying, "I don't know who I am," and then I think there's a touch of the hand or something, and she says, "Oh, my name's Geraldine." Same thing when that lady gets cut. She's snapped back into the reality of the show after Wanda brings her that bandage, and so.
Wow.
I thought that was an interesting thought.
I did not have those thoughts during the show.
And there's that scene when the guy is choking.
Yeah.
And the lady goes, "Stop this." And then she looks specifically at Wanda and says, "Stop," or is it "Stop this"?
Stop.
No. Wanda. Well, she keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. That 70s show lady just keeps.
She says, "Stop." Is it "Stop this" or?
Stop it. It's stop it.
Stop it. She looks at Wanda because some people said Wanda caused it. There's some scene that she looked at him and he started choking, and then so that's why she
had to command. She had to command Vision to go save him.
Yeah.
He's
'Cause-
through him, and yeah.
Yeah, Vision was just gonna stay there, basically. No, don't even pay attention to Rhett.
No. Don't
Idiot.
No.
But
two great minds think.
two depraved minds think alike.
Well, and some people say that she snapped out of that sort of 50s speech pattern, and she looks at Vision, help him. She says that, and then he goes
He's
and
in Guardians. Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry, I was responding to Roth. He was asking why is Sly Stallone not in this, but he is in the Guardians.
Yep.
He's Star Fox or whatever he is.
Yeah.
Star Fox.
No, that's not it. He's what is that character? Something like that.
Sly Fox.
Yeah, he's a part of the original Guardians team or something like that.
Yeah, he'll be in the. I bet he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 also. I mean,
I hope so. I'd love to see a more Sly Stallone. Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
Oh, I'd love to see that team, man. Go to into action.
Sorry, I rudely interrupted you, Earl.
No, I don't know. I'm digging the show now. At first, I was worsted, and I was like, but watching it again, really, I picked up on a lot of the things.
right.
What about the beekeeper at the end? Was he sword?
Yeah, he had the sword symbol.
Well, he has a sword on his suit. He has a sword logo on his suit. But
Yeah.
does that mean he is sword, or did he infiltrate?
That's interesting.
Because I think he might be a bad guy. But
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Well, and I think they very specifically made it him have like a completely like dark face, so you couldn't see anything. Ooh, what if that's Mephisto? That'd be awesome.
People have been able to lighten it up a little bit and actually see a bit of his face. Yeah. So
Would they say?
I still didn't know who it was. Did you know?
something
No.
like that.
It's Evan Peters. No, I'm just kidding.
Did they recognize the actor?
Yeah, some of them were pointing him towards this actor who's potentially playing a like Grim Reaper or something like that from Marvel Comics. I don't know. And you see his helmet in the intro of the second episode in the house during the cartoon. But I don't know.
Wait,
not-
what's
really?
in the house during the cartoon?
I've got a picture of it, but
Oh, yeah. What's that character they're saying this might be, that his helmet was
Grim Reaper or something like
the
that.
Grim Reaper? Yeah. There's a character named the
So
Grim Reaper.
instead of Mephisto, it's Grim Reaper.
I mean, it's wide open.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is a puzzle box show, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be talking about how we don't know anything for a little bit, but hopefully we get more next week.
Oh yeah, I think that this episode's probably gonna be really well. It's gonna be in color again, so it's funny. Like
This is the 70s.
right when
I
so
agree.
my 10-year-old was watching with us tonight, and I heard her whisper under her breath when it turned into color. She said, "Finally."
Like, what? Dad's watching an old TV show. What is this?
She was like, "Finally,
Oh man,
finally, there's
that's
color."
great.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Gotta show her some silent films now, some Charlie Chaplin.
She's well, she was very confused about what was going on anyways. I mean, and I'm like, look, I think anybody watching is confused, so it's not just you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just go with it.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Although I will say some of the
look at what Aussie Nate said.
yeah, I know. I laughed.
That's so funny. There was I really liked how intentional they were with like the different flashes of, you could see pinks and grays like occasionally if you were watching it on a really good 4K TV like mine. You could see him like doing the different shades of black and white and the little pink tinges and stuff, just like in the old 50s and 60s show. I thought that was really great. I mean, I love
it on the projector more than I can see it on my iPhone.
I love all of that type of stuff. I mean, they did such a great job with the set design and all of it. I mean, it was perfect.
And some of the jokes were even. I even laughed out at some of the jokes. I like that little mustache guy who was like,
"Oh yeah,
yes."
So wait a minute, that was my grandma's piano or something.
That dude, I swear I recognize that guy, but he looks like a cross between David Schwimmer and what's that corny Canadian comedian? I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like a cross between those two guys to me. I've seen him, but
get ready because he's going to be in Jungle Cruise as boat tourist #1.
Thanks, Melissa. Have a good night.
Coming to America as Lyft driver. Bye, Melissa.
So his career skyrocketed after WandaVision, you're saying?
He actually has a name in WandaVision, Phil Jones. So
Phil Jones.
Yes, there you go.
No, I'm talking about somebody else, right? Not Eugene Levy, the more recent comedian than Julie. No.
Oh, he did have kind of a Eugene Levy vibe, didn't he?
He's the guy that does the Puppy Pals on the Disney Channel. There, that guy.
That's beyond my purview.
Look, I got a kid that watches Puppy Pals, and this guy created that show and does the voice for one of the dogs. Anyways, the guy looks just like that guy. Yeah, that's him.
The Prime Minister of Canada.
Red is keeping us laughing here at the.
He's carrying the show from the comments. So
and I even like the whole little magic act thing, and I liked how Paul Bettany was just going for it
when he's gummed up his works.
Yes, when the works are gummed up and they showed it go down, and I thought this is just.
It's interesting how he acts. That he's acting kind of drunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Which is as drunk as Vision can get, I guess. And
I like how she's like covering for him, and just
she's having to rationalize to the audience how these tricks are working, even though it doesn't make sense half the time. But it's great. It's fantastic. It's very sitcom-y.
The one lady was like, "Is that how mirrors work?"
Yeah,
I think the committee lady was like, "Shut up."
Yeah, she's like,
she said, "Shut up." Yeah, because she was all in. She was way into it.
Yes.
So
she's supposed to be somebody too. Somebody speculated she's somebody in the comics world that I've never heard of. So
oh really?
Yeah, we
may find out later.
Speculation, yeah. It's gonna be a lot of speculation.
There's a lot of speculation out there.
Yeah, I'm sure all of these characters are, well, at least the ones that have substantial speaking roles are probably going to be somebody tied to the MC, to the Marvel universe. They're not just gonna. I don't know.
Even that Schwimmer guy, when they did the little Bewitched like cartoon opening for the second movie, he was there in the like I noticed going back, like all of the characters, like
yes, and they're saying Wandavision.
The guy called Sherbert, which was Herbert, the African American guy who was helping with the watch or whatever.
At the
he said something about mastication, and he's like,
yeah. He's like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
9 episodes, Nathan. Yeah. At the end of the first episode, when that TV pulls back, which is an awesome shot because it goes from 4:3 to 2:35, actually, which I didn't realize it was doing.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Dang it.
It goes into because I watched it on my big screen. I realized.
Yeah, dang it.
When I'm watching it on my iPad, I don't realize what the aspect ratio is.
Are you watching it on your projector screen? What is that like?
Yeah. It's
100. Did you steal that from the AV Club?
100-inch projector screen.
AV
Club. My dad got it, so it's all his. But at the end of the episode, when they're pulling back and she's writing in her notebook, I noticed to the right of her, she has a Rode Podcaster, which is what we use to broadcast our football games all season. When I saw that, I immediately I go, that's what we use every Friday in the football season. So are they I don't know, are they recording this stuff or trying to keep record of it? But that's just an audio recording thing. Is Darcy making a podcast about WandaVision?
I don't know. She's in the third. Kat Dennings is in the third episode.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll catch her podcast. So.
Yeah, something crazy. There's going to be a lot.
Infinite Playlist or whatever that movie was.
There's going to be a lot of a lot more plot development, I think, in the third episode, which is why they kind of held it the way they did.
It is called a Roadcaster. You're correct. It's called a Roadcaster. Yeah, it's got all kinds of people call it Road Podcaster, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So that that's interesting. That when did we last see Darcy as a character? Was it
Dark World?
Was it Dark World?
Yeah, which is not the best movie.
No, it's not. But so what
It's
did
not
she
terrible.
did she end up
Fine.
working for Shield or something?
She could have.
We're gonna find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm just
Been a
saying.
while.
Did we know what her path was going to be after Thor:
And-
Dark World?
Also, remember that there's a 5-year time skip.
Yeah.
So this is 2023 now, I think, in the Marvel
Oh
universe.
man, are they gonna? Yeah, I guess it is, and that's gonna be tough to remember every time.
It's been it's been a while for these characters. They can have gotten different jobs, although some of them also froze in time and were completely the same age.
Yeah.
Boy,
Good
it's so
grief. There's a lot. I think
maybe the
there's a lot
multiverse
of
of madness will fix it.
I think that there's a lot of things that Feige hopes people don't pay too close attention to anymore. I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, we're so far into this universe now, which is insane to think about, that they're gonna start messing up on stuff at some point if they already haven't. I mean, timeline stuff and
Yeah, I think towards whenever Feige gets close to retirement, and that may be soon for Marvel, he may move up in the world.
Could be.
I think that's when you're
To
going to start
DC.
seeing issues with that kind of stuff. But DC, hey, you know what? Whatever, that'd be cool.
He could fix DC, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He would right the ship there. He would
No,
absolutely.
he would right the ship. Well, I got nothing else unless you guys have anything else.
It's short and sweet, like these WandaVision episodes.
That's right. We when you're talking like 30-minute episodes, we can't go an hour on these 30-minute episodes. I think. Did you write anything else down?
I mean,
Sword Agent Ryfin.
I got tons of stuff written down, but I mean, it's mostly stuff we covered. Devil in the details. I
think
love
the 4 of the children is important.
Yes, I do too. I loved the neighborhood watch meeting when they're all together.
Yes.
And the guy starts announcing his top secret intel.
It's just so awesome.
Johnson bought a treehouse pre-built for his kid, and he said he bought what he said he built. Yeah, it's pretty fab. There's a lot of interesting stuff with the show. There's a lot of funny stuff.
Look at Red Scar.
No, I'm not even gonna put that up.
Oh man. Oh no.
That's loving it. You love it, man.
Well, I think Rhett brought some of that minute of good content. So.
That's right. Thank you, Roth. Thanks, Roth. I'm glad that there are some people loyal in here.
Thank you, Roth.
Yes, thank you.
I take back every bad thing I said about Wyoming. I'm just kidding.
Rhett just didn't get hugged enough as a child. It's okay.
Now I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
We're going to be doing all these Marvel shows, which is cool.
Ooh.
You got Yellowstone coming up at some point, right?
In the summer.
Summertime.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's always in the summer. I'm hoping that there's a window. Because if there's not a window, well, that's what's kind of happened with Cobra Kai. I know we had said we were going to do Cobra Kai season 3, but the way Netflix shows are, when you can binge them all, I mean, it's kind of like
a dump. Yeah, it's too hard.
Kind of boring, in all honesty. Having to you could do really just one episode on the whole season, I guess, but I like these episodic, old style. I'm an old man, so I like the way everything comes out weekly. I can have a chance to rewatch stuff a lot during the week in preparation for the show, and try and catch as much as I can. I just prefer that. I mean, it would have been hard to do Cobra Kai.
I'll see that.
But no, I mean, the way that they're lining up the shows, though, it's going to be tough to find a window to do Yellowstone. So Earl and I might do that on a different night.
There might be a break in the summer.
I don't know, man.
They have like the first 3 shows, which are almost back to back.
They are, yeah.
And then most of the stuff I think says late 2021. Which
Wait, what's after the Winter Soldier?
Loki in May.
Oh, Loki, that's right.
So that would probably run into June, but not. I would imagine, maybe. It would probably run to July because it's probably 8 episodes.
I don't know. They announced all that. They said that.
Did they?
They said that Falcon and Winter Soldier was just 4 episodes or something, or 6.
Yeah, I think it was 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Loki's 6 too. So there you go.
That's right. 43 out of 52 weeks a year for new Marvel content.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing: they're about to have like a ton of films.
They got all these movies waiting in the can.
At least principal photography done. Shang-Chi's done with principal photography. Yep. That doesn't mean everything's done.
They got a lot of posts on that still.
Yeah, they're gonna have so many movies piled up that if they have to delay Black Widow again, you're gonna have like a stack of 5 movies that are gonna be done by the time Black Widow comes out.
Like every month, you have a different movie.
Dude, I just don't. Black Widow's supposed to come out in May. I mean, something big needs to come out and make a lot of money for Disney to be willing to release Black Widow. I
don't know. It'll be interesting. Yeah. Raya's not. See, I don't think they're counting on Raya because Raya's doing the
premiere.
Yeah. The premiere. So I don't think they're counting on that making a ton.
And I think No Time to Die is getting pushed. I don't think it's going to come out in April.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's getting pushed again.
November. So
I think Black Widow, they just got to release it.
I think so too. I really do. I wasn't in love with the D+ premiere model, but at this point, yeah, you're going on over a year. You gotta do something.
Hey guys, you only have till the 24th to watch Wonder Woman 84 again on HBO Max. I don't want anybody to miss it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell anybody. Earl's now an executive at Warner Brothers.
What about Dune?
Until the 24th, and then it goes away.
Is Dune coming to HBO Max?
Ooh, I don't know. The Villeneuve doesn't want it to. We do have Godzilla versus Kong coming out in March.
They paid Legendary. That's pretty clear. They paid Legendary after that fiasco.
Yeah, so it's coming out in in theaters in March.
They're having to pay every actor and director for these movies like their movie made $1 billion at the box office because they're in such a bad position. That's why this idea was a really interesting idea, I'll just say.
It was a dumb idea. It's dumb. I mean,
you had to release them. I don't know. It's interesting.
I guess. I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here then. I really appreciate everybody that joined us live. First of all, it's always makes it so much more fun, even though Rhett was here in the chat. Rhett's a disruptor. But no, even Rhett was fun. But if you're watching on a delay, please, of course, like, subscribe, share. You can even comment. I'll try and go back and catch up with the comments. That's happened a couple times. So you can always comment after the video itself actually posts. But if you want a fun movie podcast to listen to, Earl, Dave, and myself do the Deucecast movie show. It releases every Wednesday. This Wednesday, we've got Garrison on with us doing our top 10 not 2020 releases. So basically all of the older-esque movies that we watched in 2020, we did like a top 10 list of, and Garrison joined us for a really fun episode. Dave is in the process of editing that episode in preparation.
You might have to put pretentious music over me and Earl.
Yeah, there was lot of.
I have a pretentious Padawan.
There was a lot of pretentiousness in this particular episode, but it was a fun one, and we will of course have that up Wednesday morning, like we have for 464 episodes. Yes. This might have been 465. I can't remember which episode this was. So again, thank you for watching the Deucecast Extra. We will be back next Monday for episode 3 of WandaVision.
Will be revealed.
So watch it a lot, and we will discuss it. So thank you again, Sword Agent Ryfin, and for the children, Dr. Earl. Thanks for joining us. And
we'll go 15 more if you want.
And I hope everybody has a great night.